Hello everyone, Vic here, sharing with you today a scrapbook layout process video for Lottie Loves Paper using the new Heidi Swapp Carefree range that has just come into the shop. And I was super excited to be able to work with this collection because it's so different to what else is on the market at the moment. It's got quite a beachy vibe to it, and an outdoors feel. So I found some photographs from quite a few years ago of my eldest going to her first ever surfing session. She's always loved bodyboarding, so my parents bought her a surfing lesson for one of her birthdays, and she really took to it like a duck to water. So I thought that these photographs would be perfect to go with this range. And one of my favourite pieces of paper is what you saw at the beginning. It's like a montage of loads of different pictures, beach scenes, and like tropical things, and it links into like being on holiday and being at the beach, surfing. Really gorgeous piece of paper. The B side of that is actually, here we go, this is it here. The B side has also got like a blue wood grain effect on it as well, so both the A and B sides of that paper are just gorgeous, and it was a shame to cut into it really, so I have ordered myself another piece. But what I wanted to do was just highlight certain areas. I didn't want to use the whole sheet of paper because it's really quite busy and I prefer sort of a plainer background. So I've used some of the frames from the ephemera pack, and what I've done is I've highlighted certain areas, so like the beach board there with go to the beach and the surf and swim thing, just so that it tied in with my photographs. And I'm basically making a grid layout. Grid layouts are perfect if you're not quite sure what you want to do for a layout or with a collection, or if you've got lots of lovely papers that are really busy that you want to use on a page, then doing a grid, you can just like select little bits of it so it's not too in your face. So what I did was I cut some of the papers, and I think I've cut them into 3-inch squares there. And then I've cut my printed my photographs a bit smaller. I think they're just over 2 inches, the two big ones, and maybe even 2.5 inches. And then there's a small one because I took that one for a still from a video of my daughter actually surfing. She did manage to stand up on that surfboard and surf in. I was astounded. Like she was a natural, like I said, took to it like a duck to water. So I really wanted to put that on my layout, but it wasn't the clearest of photographs, obviously taking it from a video still. So I decided just to put that on as a little bit smaller on my layout, so it could still be there, but you wouldn't notice that it wasn't quite in focus. So like I said, I'm doing a grid layout for this, and once you've got those base squares, it is literally just a case of building it all up. And I've used a tag to go behind that tiny little photograph there, and that's where I'm going to put my journaling. It's always great if you've got like a little piece of ephemera or a lined piece of paper or something just to pop on top of one of those squares on the grid, because that works really well for you for your journaling without ruining the sort of the look of your layout. Or you could write around the edge of your page your journaling as well. That fits in quite nicely too. Or even tuck tags behind one of those grid squares and make that grid square into like a pocket if you want some hidden journaling. So I'm literally just building everything up now with bits of ephemera. I'm using some of the photo corners from the sticker sheet, because what I wanted to do, I've got that nice sky square of paper up on the top right hand corner. I wanted to bring the blue from that across the layout a little bit more. So just by adding those tiny little accents in, it just helps tie all the page together. And then I'm just using some of that wood grain paper that I was saying to you about, the other side of that montage paper, just a few little slithers of it to tuck behind those squares to give the effect of layering, and to again draw that blue through the layout there to make it look more balanced and tie in together. Now I have added a few bits from my own stash. So the clear title today, that's from my own stash, and the tag below it saying here, the geo tag, that's also from my own stash from some Project Life pack that I've got. And the today and the Life is an Adventure, that is the title of my page, because it really was an adventure for Isabella to go out and learn to surf. She was super excited, as you can tell by the big grin on her face in the photograph, to do it. And I think the lesson lasted like 2 or 3 hours, but she just loved every single minute of it. And I just wanted to make this page to remind her that life is an adventure, and to grab it with both hands and enjoy it. So I'm just trying to work out, I wasn't sure, I thought the white cardstock background was just a little bit too white for me, and I wasn't sure how I was going to ground my layout, and I didn't really want to add any mixed media to my page, which is quite a nice way sometimes to make sure that the bits on your page don't look like they're floating around. So what I've actually done is I've cut my white cardstock down to 8 by 10 inches, so you could see me measuring roughly with my ruler a bit before, just to make sure that I would get it the right size. And then there's this lovely piece of paper in the collection that's like the surf lapping up on the beach, and it's just so beautiful, but I really wasn't sure how I would use it for a layout, because I don't tend to use lots of pattern papers on my pages. I prefer to fussy cut, and I find it really hard to use pattern paper background as a whole 12 by 12 sheet. So what I've done is I am going to use it as my background, but I've broken it up by using my smaller piece of white cardstock to go on top of it, mount it, and I've just gutted that piece of paper there so that I can use some of it for a later page. So just sticking it on now with some sticky back tape, and I always find that if you just peel the protective layer off a little bit and stick it out, then it's a lot easier for you to move what the item you're sticking down a bit more, to give you, so that it doesn't just stick solid and then you can't move it. So it just gives you a little bit of flexibility there. And I've distressed the edges of my white cardstock with my scissors, and to just make that stand out a little bit more from the layout, I've then just used some Distress Oxide ink, and I think the colour was Spun Sugar, which is a very pale pink, so I didn't want it to be too in your face, but I wanted it to sort of link in with the pinky tones that are on the layout already. So I've raised my photographs up on some sticky back foam so that they stand above the rest of my grid squares, because it is quite busy with all the little bits here and there. I changed the little rainbow on the Today square because I felt it was too dull, and I wanted to pick up some more pink from that hibiscus flower on the bottom left square, and of my daughter's t-shirt she was wearing in that bottom photograph. So I changed that, fussy cut out one of the rainbows from the papers there, and just using my Cosmic Shimmer glue here to stick down this acetate Today word. And Cosmic Shimmer glue is great for that, because when it dries it's actually clear, so you wouldn't know it was there anyway. So I've had so much fun using this. I think from what I've seen normally, some of the Heidi Swapp collections can be used more for like travel notebooks and things, because they're brilliant for going on adventures and that, but it's worked perfectly for this layout, and I've got a few more ideas as well for how I'm going to use it. And I love the fact that the tag pack actually came with this thread, coordinating thread for your layouts and your tags already, which I just think is a lovely little touch as well. So thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed my process video and it's given you maybe some other ideas of how to use this collection on your scrapbooking layouts. And I'll see you all soon. Please give it a thumbs up and follow me and subscribe if you've enjoyed it. Thank you. Bye.